Common King. Welcome back to another episode of Structured Decks on a Budget. So once again, we're going to do a budget deck with the Structured Decks Sacred Beasts. So hopefully you enjoy everything I show you. So let's take a look. First thing I always do is I get, for this structured deck, I'd get 3 Dark Beckoning Beasts because of its effects, because this is probably one of the best supports for this deck, or for the Sacred Beast itself. When this card's normal summon, you could add 1 Uriah, Lord of the Searing Flames, Haman, Lord of the Striking Thunder, or Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, or 1 card that specifically lists any of those cards in its text from your deck to your hand, except for Dark Beckoning Beast. You can only use the effects of Dark Beckoning Beast once per turn. During your main phase, you can normal summon 1 Fiend monster with 0 attack and defense in addition to your normal summoner set. So we want to make sure we got those 3 in there. Then let's go on to our Chaos Summoning Beasts. You gotta have 3 of these bad boys in there too. So its effect is, you contribute this card, special summon 1 Uriah, Lord of the Searing Flames, Haman, Lord of the Striking Thunder, or Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, from your hand, ignoring its special or its summoning conditions. You could banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Fallen Paradise from your deck to your hand. So if you think about it, you get your level 1, boom. Well, actually, if you get this out first, your Dark Beckoning Beast, that'll get you your Sacred Beast to your hand, and then you can always tribute this card to special summon those Sacred Beasts from your deck, or from your hand to the field. So 3 Chaos Summoning Beasts. Then we want to go 3 of the Dark Summoning Beasts. And its effect is, you contribute this card to special summon Uriah, Haman, or Raviel from your hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Also, monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of this turn. You can use the effect of Dark Summoning Beast once per turn. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Uriah, Haman, or Raviel from your deck to your hand. So once again, 3 of the Dark Summoning Beasts are needed also. Then let's just go. We're gonna need, I'd go 2 Haman. 1 would be enough, but I just like to keep synchronicity. 2 Uriah and 2 of Raviel. So once again, 2 Haman, 2 Uriah, and 2 Raviel. So you want to have each of those. Like I said, you could probably cut down to 1 Haman. He's good and all, but, or even Uriah, 1 of each, you know, and then just keep 2 Raviel. But that's your choice. And then just 1 Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, a Shimmering Scraper, because it's pretty good. His effects are, you cannot be normal summoner set. Whoop. I'm doing good tonight. Must be special summoned from your hand by tributing 3 monsters. You can only use each of the following effects of Raviel, Shimmering Scrapes once per turn. Quick effect, you can discard this card and target 1 Raviel, Lord of Phantasms you control for the rest of this turn. Its attack becomes double its recurrent attack. Also, it can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. If this card is in your graveyard, you contribute 1 monster, add this card to your hand. Holy cow, that is unbelievable power with this card. I mean, just by a quick effect, discarding this card, boom, pull Raviel out. Now you got an 8,000 beat stick. Unbelievable. Just reading that, it just still like made me stutter and stammer on what I was trying to say, because that is unbelievable. Then attacks every monster on the field. So if they got, you know, set or 5, 6, 7 monsters, whatever, boom, 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 game over. So make sure you add those to your deck also. Also for the monsters, I got 2 Stygian Street Patrols and then 2 Chaos Hunters. Stygian Street Patrol is a nice card to have in there. You can, you know, pick whatever you want, but there's a lot of great cards in that deck box. Let's see. Who would be another good one? Oh, Danger Chupacabra. That'd be a nice one to have in there too. It's a little risky, but it could be worth it. Or Raiden, the multi-dimensional kaiju. He's another one you could add in instead of Stygian Street Patrol or Chaos Hunter. It's just whatever you like to do. These two, you know, I just think they work out good. So that's it for the monsters for this deck. So let's hop into spells. So I would go 3 Cerulean Skyfires, because this is to special summon Haman using its own procedure. You could also use face down spells you control once per turn. While you control an attack position Haman, you can negate any spell or trap effect activated by your opponent. Then change Haman you control into defense position. That is awesome. I mean, you're just, boom, changing Haman into defense, negate their spell or trap. That's awesome. Too bad I couldn't do it on hand traps too. If a face-up Uriah or Haman or Raviel you control leaves the field, you take no damage this turn. Nice card to have. So that's why you put it at 3. Also, gotta have 3 opening of the Spirit Gates. When this card's activated, add 1 Uriah, Haman, or Raviel, or 1 monster that specifically lists any of those cards in its text from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, you could discard 1 card, special summon 1 fiend monster with 0 attack from your graveyard. Once per turn, if you control a level 10 monster, you can add 1 continuous spell from your graveyard to your hand. So that's kind of nice, because if this goes to your graveyard, boom, right back on the field. So make sure you get 3 of those of the opening of the Spirit Gates. And then I'm going to do 1-dimensional Fusion Destruction, because it's really just good for once, but you can always get it back. Banish from your hand or field and or graveyard the fusion material that are listed in Phantasm Fusion Monster that special summons that fusion monster from your extra deck. Ignoring its summoning conditions, you take no battle damage from attacks involving Uriah, Haman, or Raviel. Your opponent cannot activate cards in effect or effects in response to this card's activation. So if you got them all 3 in your hand, boom, send them to the graveyard, and you got your fusion summon monster, whether it be Armityle or Phantasm Emperor Trilojig. So then also in your spells, you want 2 Fallen Paradise. That's your field spell. Help you do everything you need for your Sacred Beasts. And let's zip through these last ones. Terraforming, just 1. 2 Mound of the Bound Creator. Level 10 or higher monsters on the field cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. If a level 10 or higher monster destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, the player who controls the destroyed monster takes 1,000 damage. So if you're destroying their monsters, that's an extra 1,000, so why not use it? So add those in. We're getting to the end of our spells. We got 1 for 1. Send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard. Special summon 1 level 1 monster from your hand or deck, so that gets you the cards you need to get up your Sacred Beasts. 2 Pot of Desires, not one of my personal favorite cards. I mean, banish 10 cards from the top of your deck, face down, draw 2 cards. Yeah, it's good, but at the same time, I just have a hard time banishing cards. I don't like doing it that much. Instead, I maybe would switch these 2 out, even though it does do the job, it does help you out. I'd probably switch out these for either, let's see, probably the beginning of the end and set rotation, maybe one of those each, but that's about it. And then our final spells, I put 2 Swords Concealing Lights because it's a nice way to stall your opponent, you know, by flipping their cards face down, and then until the end of your second standby phase, that's when that gets destroyed. Then for our traps, I only got 3 copies of Awakening the Beast, or the Sacred Beast. This is a great trap to have also because of the card gains these effects based on the number of Uriah, Haman, and Raviel with different names you control. So 1, each time a monster is normal summoned, or when a yeah, try that again. If there's 1, each time your opponent normal or special summons a monster, gain life pulse. And if you got all 3, any monsters your opponent's graveyard, or any try again. I'm doing good. Any monsters sent to your opponent's graveyard are banished instead. Once per turn, if you control a level 10 monster, you could add 1 continuous trap from your graveyard to your hand. So, but still, it's kind of nice to have. And then just to round it out, just because it's a budget deck, go all 3 Armor Tile and all 3 Phantasm Emperor Trilogue Jig. And then, of course, you gotta have tokens. I love tokens. I'm probably gonna put this in with my token collection instead of having them in the deck, and use some other generic tokens, whether it be dice or anything like that. So, thanks for watching. More videos will be coming in the future. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.